The first day of our holiday in Italy and our first walk. As it was yesterday, the weather is superb and we are hoping to take full advantage of it. The walk today is one of those chosen by Peter in the UK and starts at the hotel.
Looking at the street outside. Absolutely, mate.
We are making our way to the Piz la Illa gondola station, where we can obtain our lift passes for use during our stay. It's about half a mile or so distant, and the scenery is fantastic. We will walk this route from the hotel on many occasions, and it was always stunning.
What a backdrop.
My first impressions, the goose pimply effect on the back of my neck says it all. Breathtaking.
Going up to the cable car.
Our route today is circular. From the gondola station on the plateau, we'll follow some of the many numbered pathways, our highest point being the Pralongia hut. We will then slowly descend to San Cassiano, walking alongside the river back to La Villa, a distance of approximately 10.5 miles. One of our main reasons for coming this time of the year is to see the alpine flowers, which should be at their peak. We were not disappointed. Time to have a look around. The views are stunning. Getting to know what is where and where is what takes a while. Looking down on La Villa, with Badia in the distance. This is the range of mountains we can see from the hotel in La Villa.
What do you say?
In the adjacent valley is San Cassiano.
San Cassiano. Wow, that's the view from the top of the cable car. Beautiful.
The views are fantastic, but the flowers are even better.
Almost speechless. That is superb.
What is really good about walking in the mountains in Italy and other European countries is that the pathways are numbered on the maps and on the routes themselves.
Yeah, you can say that again.
We continually wander off the tracks to look at the alpine flowers. There are so many to see. Some are hidden in the grass, and you have to look closely to see them. But it's worth taking the trouble to do so. Initially, we followed tracks 4A, 2 and 23. Generally, cattle in the mountains to me means cowbells. The iconic sounds of these bells
Oh, he's got the big bell over there.
is one of the sounds that sticks in my mind whenever I think of mountain walking. Each cow seems to have its own distinctive bell sound. I suppose that's how they distinguish each individual animal. Our quest for flowers continues. Every opportunity and care is taken to get the best possible picture of each flower. At certain viewing points, there are plaques with the names of the various peaks. But even with this information, it's not always straightforward in determining which peak is which. There are numerous ski lifts on our route, some of which are only used in the winter period. We were to use this one on Wednesday. Here we are passing the Utia I Tabla restaurant. Not stopping today, but on a later walk we did. The types of alpine flowers is endless. Taking the pictures is the easy part. Identifying them is quite another matter. It takes me, at least, quite a while to get my bearings and understand what I'm actually looking at and which range of mountains is which. But eventually I get there.
There must be skiing on that snow over there, surely.
Somebody's thrown their bananas. It's not mine.
No, it's a bit. It looks like a turd.
Whilst taking pictures of the mountain views, I noticed two persons in the corner of the picture. After a closer look, I realised they were gathering wild chives. It is quite wet in that area.
Lots of people coming up. It's a fantastic day for walking anyway. So, brilliant.
At each junction of the various tracks, clearly labelled finger posts indicate which path you are on and the estimated time to your destination.
Wow.
All downhill, mate.
Yeah.
The colour of the meadow flowers here is predominantly yellow, with pink areas, almost overpowering in its intensity.
Here come our walkers.
We are on track 23, making for the Pralongia hut. We now decide to leave the main path and cut across the meadow in our quest for different flowers. There are some unusual sights we didn't expect, besides a morn, of course. A dilapidated mountain residence, going cheap. It's here I get my first view of a marmot. It was watching me.
There's a marmot there.
I was attending to a call of nature, so I couldn't do much about it. Returning onto the main track, it is a gradual descent along this wide limestone chipping path. In the winter, these beautiful meadows and stone trackway will become a ski run. Two very differing seasons and conditions for the same setting. It's almost a recycling of the countryside.
Wow. Fantastico.
The meadows here are still full of flowers. The flowers' eye view of us. A different perspective. I'm guessing, but this hut here is probably to keep the farming tools in. From the weathering, it looks like it's been here for some time.
About halfway through the walk. The flowers here are absolutely tremendous.
There are lunches, and there are lunches. Today we have ours in a very spectacular setting. Flowers all around us and the mountains in front of us. Quite superb.
Just had lunch. What a setting, eh? Magic.
Even though we've been slowly descending, we're still quite high. In feet, 6,027. As you can see, we're now on track 22, although on this finger post it doesn't seem to give the time to San Cassiano.
Stopping and looking at flowers and photographing all the way down. We're heading back towards La Villa and our hotel. Bit of a different perspective.
But of course, we have to reach San Cassiano first.
I'd like to say, Bill, if you want to climb up
As we descend further, the perspective views of the mountains around us change, and we're starting to look upwards at them rather than at them directly. Having reached the outskirts of San Cassiano, we will walk alongside the river, which has numerous small man-made waterfalls, very picturesque, but we've still got a fair way to go. The trail leads us into a part of the walk that perhaps you wouldn't expect.
He's got a dingle dangle.
The artist's trail. At various points, sculptures have been provided by differing artists. Some you need to think about to understand their meaning. We will leave you with some still pictures of some of the sculptures. This has been quite an impressive opening walk to our holiday. Tomorrow we're going to Badia.